Okay.
Wait, where are we starting?
After the fire flashback, and we're going all the way to the cheetah flashback.
Okay.
It's really
Oh, God. Okay.
I was in pain for a while and still have the scars from the fire. My parents thought that they knew it was best for me, but they always got me out of tough situations. We snuck out of the hospital plenty of times, like after the skin graft. When I was feeling better, Dad picked me up and we ran out of the hospital and got out of there as fast as we could. Dad called it the skedaddle.
Ha ha ha. That's pretty clever of me.
It was a good way to save money. We were lucky to have nice neighbors who lent us her car and got us to the hospital. If it wasn't for her, Jeanette would have had deeper scars than she already does now.
Wait, you let her make her own hot dogs at the age of 3? Isn't that dangerous?
She's the most mature 3-year-old I have ever known. And sometimes kids need to learn from their lessons and make their own mistakes. Like I've always said, if you don't want to sink, you better figure out how to swim. Quote, page 66. Jeanette, you should thank your mom and I for that. We taught you everything you know, how to live independently and fend for yourself. What would you have done without us?
Half of the time I was taking care of myself. I appreciate the things you guys taught me, but you could have done it in other ways. As I got older, I wasn't just taking care of myself, but I was feeding my siblings as well. Dad, you were always out looking for gold, and Mom, you cared more about your art than the well-being of your children. Mom, you even hid chocolate from us, and when you were under a blanket, instead of buying the rest of us food when we had nothing to eat. How do you explain that?
Well, let's not go putting all the blame on me. Quote, I was doing the best I could under the circumstances. How could you blame your father for anything? He's no saint, you know, page 187. Your father had many issues too. I was just trying to boost my self-esteem and keep my mind positive.
Are you saying you would rather have self-esteem than keep your children healthy and on a full stomach?
That's not what I'm saying, honey. Aw, honey, please help me.
Please, Jeanette, don't go pointing fingers. Your mother has an extreme case of sweet tooth. You had a couple canned food left and plus your school lunch food.
No, I was always scouting through the trash for scraps that other people threw away. Why do you always have to defend Mom? You know she's wrong.
Rex, are you just gonna let her talk to me like that?
No, honey, Jeanette, apologize to your mother.
I'm sorry that Mom is acting like a child, and Dad, you weren't even home to see it for yourself.
How dare you?
Hey, settle down. I know you guys must be feeling anger and resentment. I've heard this many times before. Have you seen the movie Matilda?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your situation sounds very similar, where Matilda's mother spent money on only herself, and her father wasn't around very much. Similar to Matilda, you feel as though you were more responsible than your parents, right?
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. It's so frustrating.
Well, life wasn't all just rainbows and sunshine for me too. I had a lot of hardships to deal with as well.
Your mother was doing the best she could. Jeanette, your life wasn't so bad. Don't you remember all those adventures we had?
Yeah, the adventures we would go on were fun. You guys always taught me to live life not worrying about what other people think of you.
Remember that good time we had at the zoo when you got to go and pet that cheetah?
I had such a stutter, jeez.
Papa.
Say,
I was in my quote. I was like